Guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel where we're going to be talking about Litecoin. We haven't done enough videos on it, and a lot of people have been reaching out. So let's just talk about it for a little while. So Litecoin has been getting a lot of, I mean, I wouldn't say a lot of news. It seems that when you search Litecoin for Litecoin news, that the news articles that are being generated are not just the classic vanilla AI generated stuff that is just pulling different analytical technicals and basically artificially creating a article with like not really any human thought, just AI. Referencing different data points and things like that to build out an article. But we have been seeing a little bit of actual news coverage for Litecoin recently from actual news reporters and different various crypto outlets that cover different topics other than Bitcoin. And speaking of Bitcoin, guys, that's really the only thing we got to look towards, okay, is Bitcoin and Ethereum, because those are the only cryptos that currently have ETFs, ETPs, and that's all we can really go on. So a lot of people have been wondering, do I think Litecoin will increase in price? And my answer is simply yes, I do think it will increase in price. We're sitting at around $121. We're down a little bit today. The whole market's down a little bit today. Tesla stock and the stock market broadly is a little bit down today. But this $140 price barrier that I think that needs to be broken on Litecoin will guarantee that we're moving to 200 relatively quickly. And I think Litecoin bulls are betting on this as well. We've kind of been in this graph where Litecoin will go up. You know, it's even up for the 3 month, the month chart, and it'll kind of get stuck in this little range between like 100 and $130. And it goes up aggressively towards $130. Now it seems to be kind of stuck here at $140, but I do think there's enough buying pressure, guys. I do think there's enough people that are going to buy into this ETF FUD, because that's exactly what it is. Because if we go back and we look at the history of Bitcoin and we go back and look at the history of Ethereum, these ETFs have been they have not lived up to the hype that we all have assumed the price will be pushed to, right? It just hasn't happened. We've seen a underwhelming performance on both the ETF for Bitcoin and the ETF for Ethereum. Not to say that there isn't a huge amount of inflows that have came in because of this. A lot of money has came in because of this. But if we look at the timeline on when the coins went up, it really was disproportionate from what we thought would be the reality of these coins, given these ETFs being able to be frontline and center on the news. We thought that there was going to be a massive push to it. We got a little bit of a bump, but we never really got the timing was never really predicated on these ETFs being launched or anything like that. The major pushes in Bitcoin, the major pushes on Ethereum, which we've yet to see, has been a little bit underwhelming in terms of like this news being a driving force for higher prices. We have seen, like I said, the money is there, guys. The money has been coming into these ETFs, which has definitely increased people's exposure and awareness of the coins. But I can't reference a point in my mind where I remember seeing those numbers go up on the coins very, very strictly around the time that the news was released. So drop it in the comments, guys, and let me know. I do think Litecoin is potentially a really good coin to invest in right this moment, because it's kind of becoming what I thought, and I think people on the channel have thought. When I first got into crypto, it was Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Litecoin. Those were the only three that you could buy on Coinbase. And here we are, 7 years later, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and now Litecoin going to be the top coins for ETF exposure. As soon as this Litecoin ETF will get approved, and it will be approved, the ETP products will be approved, and a lot more demand and just overall awareness will come into these Litecoin ETFs. And who knows, maybe we can even get in on some discounts and things like that. Use some of these trading derivatives to manipulate the market, because a lot of times these ETFs, guys, are built on different strategies, and by buying the ETF, you're actually buying the strategy that comes along with that specific ETF in their filings, and you'll be able to either hype in games, or you'll be able to hype in down trends in the market, where if the coin goes down, you can actually benefit as well. So it's giving us a lot of different access to different trading mechanisms in the crypto market, simply because we weren't able to do this with native crypto a lot of times. Not every exchange offers inverse trading, inverse trading products and things like this, but we are able to manipulate those ETFs with everything being tied back to the native coin. And it also gives a lot more exposure and a lot more volume and a lot more entry points for this stuff, which we've seen also in Grayscale. So drop it in the comments, guys. Let me know. I think Litecoin, once it breaks the $140 barrier, I hope that it increases to 200 very rapidly. And I do think this, like I told you in the Wojak video a couple years ago here, there was people, I know people that have been holding, I don't personally know them, but I've heard them talk, and I believe what they say, that they've been holding Litecoin since under $5. And basically, if that's the case here, guys, why would you sell? A lot of people say, oh, well, Charlie Lee sold. Well, do you think he would have been happy if he was still holding? Nobody really ever asked that question. So hold on to these coins, guys. Litecoin is going to be a top performing coin. Just if you're in Litecoin and you're waiting for that perfect position to sell, don't sell at $400 or $500, because when you do that, it's going to jump even higher. Take care.